Johnny Stephen here for IrishBoxing.com with Daniel Anderson. Obviously, like a big weekend for you this weekend, the stable as well. I suppose you have to go start with the Kerr fight, and just your thoughts on that.
Well, I've been working Connor from it's close to a year now when we turned over, and I watched him as an amateur, and I actually boxed with him. So a lot of years ago when I was boxing physical, a lot of years ago, I think I stopped.
You didn't spar him, did you?
No, he was a wee bit late for me. I stopped boxing about 30 yards and sort of knocked about for an hour, but wasn't fighting. I was a married man, and it sort of made a lot of commitments for professional with bodyguard and stuff. But me and him done a bit of training together, and then I briefly trained his older brother as an amateur, and he done well with me. And then his brother recommended him about coming to train with me, and then he came, and it's really clicked. Over the last year, it's just really clicked, and we're getting on really well. So, like, a fast progression. He's now 3-0, and we're going straight into a Catholic title fight.
You had no qualms about that, had you?
No issues at all.
No.
I've complete and utter confidence in him. I've seen what he's doing in the gym. Like, we've sparred Maxie Hughes this camp. We've sparred Connor Quinn. We've sparred Paddy Wallace. We've had lots of good quality preparation, and like I watched him in the elite final. I had Lex Weston fighting that night in 2021. That was his last amateur fight, and like I feel he beat Jude Gallagher, and that was a close fight. Could have went either way. Now, to be fair, you couldn't have split it, but I think he beat Jude Gallagher. And like when he's in with the number one top caliber amateur like Jude Gallagher, and he's able to bring him to a split decision, and a lot of people, me included, thought that he won that fight, but obviously it would be biased as a friend, and now obviously as his coach, you know what I mean. But if you can mix it with them guys, and he mixed it with all them top amateurs, JP Hill, mixed it with Murphy's, mixed it with all the Sean Purcell, all them top amateurs for years. He was an elite actually. I think he started boxing as elite amateur from 2015. For me, that's just as good an education, or more of a better education than Rudy's had, I feel, as a pro.
But they say like amateur experience doesn't count for much in the pros now, and maybe even they're pointing to the occasion, the sense of nerves, the big night, and like how would you respond to that?
Everyone has their opinions in boxing. It's a sport full of opinions. Some people may obviously think that's the case. I personally disagree slightly. I think if you've been a high caliber amateur, you just look at some of the boys coming off that GP sort of setup, and they're going straight into becoming champions within a couple of fights. So if that was the case, then how could a guy from GB go straight into becoming maybe a European champion? What's the difference between a fighter that's maybe, obviously Connor wasn't on the high performance setting too much, but fought them high performance fighters and always gave a good count to himself as the amateur. So like there's no real difference. Like how can you go from being like, look, I'm not saying Lomachenko, but like top amateurs become top pros now. Like I know some amateurs, if you look at maybe Audley Harris, there's guys that it just doesn't work for, but like, why would I hold Connor back? He's 28, he's a shitload of amateur experience, he's extremely confident, he's showing great progression, and look, for me there's only one winner on Saturday, and it's Connor Kerr.
And then just on Owen O'Neill, Matt was talking to Paddy during the week, and he was saying like you were the perfect man for him, like exactly what he needed.
Once again, we trained together, we sparred together, we fought against Repton together, copious amount of times at Dockers. And I met Owen as a young teenager with a bit of direction. I was sort of mid-20s and was starting to help out with Paddy Gallagher, and I was sort of dipping my toe in the pro boxing, and Owen sort of met me at the right time, wanted a bit of help. I helped him strength and distance, and then we sort of became like brothers. We're more like brothers, and okay, we had a bit of a fallout or a gap there where we weren't working together, and that was up to me too. I sort of said to Owen that after the last time I done his corner, where we're in during lockdown and Brussels or Belgium or something, I sort of says to him, I'm going my own way now. I don't want to coach alongside another coach. I'm setting up my own professional boxing gym, and I'm going my own way, and you're obviously happy where you are, and I'm not going to get in the way of that, so we're just going to part ways. So I sort of parted ways with him through my own sort of accord, and him coming back to me. To be fair, I always knew it was going to happen. I don't know, that sounds a wee bit cocky and arrogant, but like, because me and him have such a personal relationship that was frayed for a couple of years, but now we're just back to, it was as if we were boxing together again, like when he was a young lad. I would say kids, but you're in your 20s. I was a kid, but he was he was a teenager. He was a kid compared to me, like, do you know what I mean? But me and him have a lot of life experience together, and a lot of boxing experience together. But now we're going to do it as a team, and Paddy, as his manager, but he's like my best friend. Like he said, like his best friend, but he's everyone's best friend. He's close to him in boxing. I would talk to Paddy on average an hour a day sometimes, because we're so close, and the same with Owen as well. And like Owen's already been helping me. He helped me with Connor's corner and his last fight, and Owen sort of very much involved in what I'm doing at Anderson Boxing.
And is that personal sort of touch or relationship, has that helped you getting through kind of what was a tough time like without?
I don't realise what that kid's went through. He basically lost as close to a mother and father figure as you could. His mother and father are still alive and he's very close to him, but his grandparents sort of were like a mother and father to him. His mummy lived in Spain, his father very much as part of his life. He's two great parents there, but because he lived with his granny and grandma, like, so losing your man dad in the space for a year or two, someone who relate to his parents, like and give the guy, like a lot of people don't slate them in Irish boxing. Walk in the man's shoes before you slate the man, like, do you know what I mean? Like, give the kid a break, like, do you know what I mean? And I've always, after that win, I could see that he wasn't getting sort of, well, no one was putting the arm around him essentially, so I put my arm around him, and in no way did I encourage him to come and train with me. I'd got my own thing going. I was very sort of in a good position, but like it just sort of, it made sense when he came and he asked me. I wait till a fighter comes to me. I don't go to fighters, I wait till fighters come to me. So he came and asked me, we trained him, and I said, look kid, we'll have a chat. I felt this was coming anyway, so yeah. And now we're in this position, we're going straight into another pro fight.
And what are you hoping for, like, for him then this year?
Well, I've earmarked a fight that I want.
Which is?
Wait for an Irish title, I can't tell you. But we're going to call it maybe at some point. So I've earmarked the route that I want him to go. And there's other guys throwing at it. Everyone's dangling carrots at him. Oh, you want to fight for this money and that money. A couple of tasty offers recently for him. But they have to be the right fights. So like for my thought process is like, I'd love Owen to become an Irish champion and push towards the European level. And if we got there, then you never know what comes next. But like this year's a building year for him in my eyes. I want to rebuild him sort of the way I want him to box, and obviously just doing things. He wasn't doing things as a professional. I tell you, he keeps going on about in interviews how he's doing things right now. And when he was with me, he was doing things right. He was always in shape. He was always on the scales at the right weight. He never missed weight when I trained him. And now I feel that we've got that relationship. And like he'll tell you, I'm phoning him first thing in the morning, get up boy, get out of that bed, you need to get fucking moving. So like if I'm up first thing in the morning, fucking I guarantee Owen O'Neill's getting that call. And because of my gym and my business, I'd be up early, so like I've hounded him in a way, like in a friendly way, in a respectful way, not in a way that I'm being nasty to him, but just sort of
the way mates can, I suppose.
He needs a figure, that he needs someone who's not going to take any shit, and I don't take any shit. I never will, John, and I have no intention of taking shit from anybody. I was a fighter myself, I know the crack, like, do you know what I mean?
And what, just a quick one then on Katelyn Phelan, like sad news for her yesterday, the fight cancelled. And
yeah, you have to remember this is something people, Katelyn's 23, we've got the world at her feet. She's previously won a European gold, I think it was a youth. She won a world bronze. She's won a WBC youth world title. So I know they have other two sanctioning bodies. I don't know much about Weber or the other. I can't remember the other name of one. They're not really big sanctioning bodies that she won them other world titles with. But the fact that she went in and beat a 10-0 German prospect in abroad and beat the absolute, And I watched Katelyn actually. It's a funny story because like it's weird because it's as if everything sort of rotates. The last time I was in Owen's corner, the reason I built the relationship with Katelyn because I was asked to wrap Katelyn's hands, and me and her clicked straight away when I wrapped her hands. We're having a bit of a laugh. I took nothing from it. She took a break. I don't know, her and Nell had a big fall or anything. She took a break. She will obviously decide that she wanted something different. She'd been messing me back and forward during knockdown and stuff, and I'd sort of been giving her a wee bit of different sort of advice and support, and then she sort of just, she says, no training, and I says, well look, if you want to train me, I'm in Belfast, I've got a gym, jump up the road and we'll get the ball rolling. So just something for people to realise, Katelyn, she's 23, we've a load of time to get her back to where she wants to be, and these things happen in boxing. Shows fall through, she had to put her to the other one, the show fell through. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be, and I believe it's meant to be for Katelyn, and I believe you'll see her fighting on matchroom cards and massive cards in the future, and I believe you'll see her become a world champion again. That's just my opinion.
Lovely. I appreciate it. Thanks,
All right,
man.
cheers.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, man.